pictures.
And my brother and sister did the color scheme
Sing
with
for the birthday.
two
So
of
they
them.
said that they wanted to take a picture for her.
My parents and I moved in this house in 1952. I was 13 years old. My dad loved this house. It was a choice of this house or the house across the street, and he wanted this one. My mother didn't understand why 3 people had to live in this house. This was a 6-bedroom house.
Joyce Lindsey graduated from Englewood High School in just 3 years. She worked for the Board of Education and later became a college counselor. When she first got married, her mother convinced her to stay in the Englewood home they all loved.
3 of my children were born here in this house.
After her 4th child was born, she moved away from her parents, but always came back. She moved home to stay more than 30 years ago, after her father passed away.
I got neighbors that I've had 40 years and 45 years. We're still neighbors. If my light goes on at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to get a telephone call because they want to know if somebody's ill over here.
With deliberation and extreme care, Joyce says her family has created a legacy that is rooted inside this house.
It's a base for both sides of the families, everybody.
The spacious rooms of the Lindsey home have been carefully preserved, original woodwork, high ceilings, and wood floors for future generations to enjoy.
My children understood, and the whole family understood. This is an heir house. This is heir property. We were going to never sell this.
My mom loves this house, so it's a little emotion. I came back here. I lived in Hyde Park, and I came back here because she was sick. And I didn't think I was going to stay as long as I did, but it's home. It's peaceful.
My mom and dad were married in this house. You know, they were married in that backyard. It still really hasn't sunk in, you know, that it may be different if we left here and the house was still here, you could come by and see it, but this is going to be a rail yard, you know. Everybody talks, well, we're going to go back home. You know, we're going to go back south or whatever, the proverbial back home. Well, the proverbial back home for us is here. So, you know, it's really, you know, I don't know, you know, how to put it in words.
I don't feel like, you know, my granny should have to leave her house. You know, that's not fair to her.
Kimberly Lindsey will miss the presence of her grandmother, who died here.
I'm gonna miss the stories she sat and told, and I'm gonna miss, you know, sometimes I'm sitting around and I'm looking and I see her. I see her in her bedroom, you know. Wherever we go now, it's gone. That memory is gone. I won't be able to hold on to anything. You can't give that back to anybody. We've had our whole life here, though we've all moved and went to college and did what we needed to do. This is our home. This is our roots.
Not just property, deep roots, tradition, and history. From Englewood, I'm Cheryl Jackson.